All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look Thursday straight off the bat. So as you know, as usual, right, we're taking a look at what we have. So gold this week, we've got Friday and Thursday. But remember from the weekly insight we read on from Sunday was an apex day. So Monday we said we could follow in from Monday all the way into Thursday and Friday. Okay, remember from the insight. The weekly insight. So we are now at Thursday, Friday. So the market is obviously at a peak. So this is Thursday. All right. And the market is really at a peak. So what we're looking for Friday is again a gain day. So selling from here is a bit tricky. Okay. Because if the market sells, tomorrow might be a retest. So we have to keep our heads up for that one and see how things pan out today. Now with the asset specific, if you take a look, we have a few trap-like reversals here. Momentum push continuation, trap-like reversal, New York trap-like reversal. So this is London, this is New York. So keeping a heads up for this kind of stuff is important, and obviously your trading hours for today. All right, so this you have to blend with what's happening with your Thursday alert windows today and any hour you have today, right? So let's take a look. So this is gold. Now with gold, as you can see, we've been going up, and that's fine because remember from Monday we had a setup all the way into there. And what was that target? The second target it came to 49, price of 4,293, 4,293 here as well. Market sold off 4,293 today. What time? Trading hours 5:15 to 5:45. That's time and price. All right, time and price. So if you took profit, well done. Okay, now what the market will do, well, if you took profit, just sit and wait. We don't have anything to do at the moment. We had a good run, so utilizing that good run is fine, and the markets did what it needed to do. Because there are some gaps here, if you want to buy still, what you can do is make sure that you're going to buy at places like, well, you can buy here, but it's not a trading hour. That trading hour window is, gone. Okay. The next ones are in the US. So we have to be careful not to muck around when we don't have trading hours. So if you took profit, great. If you didn't take profit, manage the trade, bring your stop loss up, and so on. You can see here with the IDT as well, we have an exhaustion third level load. Setting up buyers are loaded up at the high. A flush down is expected. Do not buy. Wait for a 5-minute close below the 20 EMA, then sell. So we need a structural break, and then we can sell off. But I wouldn't do that today because tomorrow is a gain day. All right. So be patient. Okay. Wait for structure to break. That's what it's saying. Wait for proof or skip it. See how nicely it's giving advice here. Wait for structure to break. Cycle level 4,106 taken. Now it's support. So 4,106 previous week high, cycle break level. If the market flushes down, it could come into that zone. Okay, so don't be buying at the tops and mucking around with the market. Like I said, we had a good run. Let's just finish it with a good week and call it a day and a week. Euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, same kind of thing, guys. What did we have? With the euro dollar, we had Tuesday and Friday. Okay, so Tuesday actually entered a trade on this one. So Tuesday going into Friday was logical. I in fact put an arrow there as well. And also remember, for Tuesday and Wednesday, it gave us gain days, right? So this is Tuesday. It was a gain day. And also Wednesday was a gain day. And this is why I said you could buy, on the gain day, right? So, and that's fine. and this is where we ended up, and this is where I actually got out of the trade as well. Okay, you can see that trade in social media as well. Why? Because we're at a level, time and price is right. The market still can go higher into Friday, but if you think about it, I've got a breach here on the TSM line, and we're in this target zone here. What I did, this is the DNS zone indicator, as you know. I just extended this, right? So this is my manual. Okay, I drew that manually. As you can see, this is just coming in. You see the gap up here? It's the gap zone, and the market just tapping it nice and easy. Okay, these are gaps to the upside, and the blue ones are gaps to the downside. You see this blue one here, all right? And the green and the red ones are buy and sell, obviously. So no need to push your luck. If you went in there, got some money out, that's fine. If the market pulls back down, it's Friday, so do it on a Friday. Don't do it today, because today is not the day. Okay, Friday is the day. But just note that we are at top, so buying is a bit more tricky. And, you know, let's see what IDT is telling us. Compression rectangle setup day. Watching. 3 days stuck in a box. Pressure has built up. The break runs hard. Do not buy this break. Sell the break down. Target 1440. If price goes straight back inside the box, there is no trade. Now watch on the cycle level 1533, taken now support, and that is your support now. So if the market breaks below that and starts to crash down, then it's giving us a target of 1440. But in between, obviously, we're going to manage the trade. That's why we have those levels there. We need to look out for this monthly anchor and the week opening range low here. Okay, so that's the week's opening range at the high on Monday. All right, there you go. So that's why the market is there. So, you know, the market selling again from here is logical. That's why I thought, okay, you know what, just get out of the trade and call it a day. It's time and price. Why push your luck? All right, stop sweeping here can happen with even highs, so just be mindful of that, and then the market can turn around. So just match your time and price, but wait for Friday, because Friday is the day for this one. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now remember, with Bitcoin, let's take a look at the report. Now with Bitcoin, as you know, we've got Sunday and Saturday, so there's nothing really to do, because this thing was supposed to be bought on Sunday, 2nd of August, okay, expecting a market turn at cycle, you know, Sunday, August, build 2 days, watch price action to confirm direction, and then we've got Saturday, the 8th of August, so Bitcoin is basically done its job, all right, from Sunday, sorry, that's your Sunday, that's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we have just been going to the upside, and it's all good. All right. Here is a bit of a tricky situation, guys, because yesterday I said the same thing. On the 15-minute chart, I posted these levels here on the weekly, daily, monthly. So this zone is tricky, and I've 65,282'd that level there. Why? Because of the weekly LCLM1. So this is the resistance maxed out. If it goes beyond that, I'm telling you, it'll go up. And that's it. So this thing is either going to muck around and turn around, or if we break up, that's it. We are going to the upside. Okay. So it's a little tricky. We might have a situation like this, okay, where the market is like sideways, choppy a little bit before continuing up, because you know, that's the zone we're in. Okay, you can see it's all choppy, resistance, support. So be mindful here. But the daily TSM has broken out. I don't like to stand in front of it. If you're using TSM, you would have known where to bought, but where to buy this morning, which is on that line there. Okay, which is 64,427. This is your 64,427, and guess what? That's your trading hour, 5:15 to 5:45. If you entered that trade, you'd already be in the money. Okay, on to the upside. Remember, from the hours for today, 5:15, 5:45, time meets price, market goes up. Okay, so no surprises there. If you're following, you're doing just fine. Just follow that through. All right. Also, guys, take note of these notes in the video. IDT is not out yet, but it will be. All right, it will be coming out soon. I'm working on it. So just in the middle of some preparation for the hazelnut harvesting. So let's take a look at the indices now. With the SP 500, here we are. Now with the trap yesterday, with the report on SP 500, you can see we got Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday getting a 2-star, Wednesday getting a 3-star, and Wednesday selling off. I didn't have a trade hour here for SP 500. I did for NASDAQ, but not for SP 500. You can see here in the report as well, on Wednesday, I had 7:30, 12:45, so there was no sell-off at the 5:30, but we did have, some pressure, momentum, push continuation happening in New York, okay, after 6:50, and this is like pretty much 6:50 here. Okay, if I just push this here, this is your 6:50 zone. So market's still under pressure, as you can see here. Now today, if you take a look at it, all right, so we have Thursday. Just be mindful for this trap-like reversal periods. This is London. This is New York. This was Asia. Okay, so market going sideways, choppy. Obviously, we'll want to sell this to the downside. I've marked these periods because this is what the choppy business is. 9:30, as you can see here. Okay, just follow that through. 9:30 to 1, trap-like reversal. Now, I don't have a 9:30, as you can see here. The hours are going to be in New York. All right. So this is already done. 5:15 to 5:45, which is here. So if you still think about selling off, it's an option with a tight stop loss at 7,750, because 7,750 is this 70 on the TSM. Sorry, that's 7,850. 7,850 is too far out there. There should be another line somewhere. Not you. $7,850. $7,850 you should keep in mind, but there was another line somewhere. Was it the monthly? I don't think so. Okay, so that value, 7,750. Maybe, I don't know where I got it, but we'll just take it off. If you sell here, you must put your stop loss just above there. Why? Because that's the timing, and you want to keep it close. You don't need to put a stop loss all the way out there somewhere. Okay, just beyond that is fine. If this is a trap, it shouldn't come back. It should just flush down. Okay, I'll show you the NASDAQ trade from yesterday I entered. It's the same mentality, so this should like flush down. It's telling you we're expecting a flush down as well here in the IDT. All right, so it's, the main strategy is like giving us a good good information on what to do. Okay, it's telling you wait for a proof or skip it. Now wait for structure to break. So if the structure does break down, then any pull up, you just sell into New York. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now with the Dow Jones, here we are. let's check out the days quickly. The reason I'm doing it from scratch every day is so that we get used to it. Okay, you guys get used to it. I get used to it. Monday 3rd, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is a 3-star. This is a 2-star, right? So expecting a market turn. Multiple methods converge. Watch price action to confirm direction. Expecting a market turn. Turn at cycle peak Tuesday, 4th of August. Okay, so let's take a look. So Tuesday and Wednesday. So Monday was a breakout on this one. Okay, so it's a volatile day. Monday, as you can see, the market just broke to the upside. That's all good. Then we hit the targets here, but we have to be careful here. There's still 77, which is 54,715, 54,715, which is hit on a Wednesday. Okay, so that's your target, 54,715. This is from yesterday, remember? So me giving you a target, and this is where the market's selling off. Okay, that is good to know. So selling again is okay. I think this should also get flushed to the downside. Where should we come down to? Well, first of all, where the market took off before. So coming down into 54,230 zone. And if we break down, we should come back all the way into this 53,300 zone. Okay, so it should kind of flush down, and I'll show you how that should work out as well. In NASDAQ, it's probably going to be the same. So let's take a look. Oh, one more thing. Remember to keep an eye out for because you got the cycle edge report, right? When you're doing something, guys, just make sure you mark these in. So you're not all of a sudden surprised when something happens, okay? And here there's nothing else on Thursday, as you can see. It's just routine. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ. Now this one I have a trade on, and I'll explain to you why I didn't have anything else on. Because NASDAQ, first of all, if you take a look, we have Wednesday, Thursday, right? Wednesday's a 3-star, and Thursday's a 2-star, and expecting market turn, and so on. Okay, that's the information there, and this is the market turning. All right, this is the alarm going off with the IDT. All right, so there you go. So it's telling me I've got a trade open. I need to manage it. Sellers at 29,334. Note move is late. Okay, so we've already entered the move here. Okay, the reason I did that was yesterday it was a trap. Now, as you know, we didn't have a trading hour here at 5:30. At 5 o'clock, I'm sorry, yesterday, right? So yesterday we didn't have a 5 o'clock. Okay, I had 3:15, 7:30. By 7:30, the move was already done. Okay, we could still get in here because this was a trap. So they got trapped, and then just pushing down was logical. If you broke down, you did all good. That was my expectation, and that's why I sold here a little late. But if I was a little bit more prepared, which we should all be, if you take a look at NASDAQ, on a Wednesday, it had something other indices did not have, which, even though I was late to the party, fashionably, if I do say so myself, then I would know there's a 5:15. It's a drain day on NASDAQ. You see, this is a clear sign that it's drained out. And it's at 5:15, and that's exactly when the trap happened. Speculative expansion on liquidity injection. Everybody got wiped out, and now we're all in there. So one part of this trade is already taken, so this is just the other part going forward. So I've put the stop loss lower, but I will bring it even lower to here. All right, why? Because if there's a sudden move, it shouldn't breach that line, and if it does, I don't want to be in there. Okay, but overall we should be heading into this zone here. All right, so why? Because this is where the market took off, right? So if you take a look here, all right, so we should come back into that zone. I'll keep an eye out for it, obviously, but overall, that's a good push. It's a good impulse push. So market should come back to fill the gap. This is where that gap is. All right. So once you fill the gap in, and then the market, might still push down, but the gap is the important thing for us to take. And obviously the risk return here is pretty good, because I had a stop loss just above there when we entered. So 1 to 2 on the first one, and this is going to be like, it's like 1 to 7 or 8 or something like that. I think it was initially $200 or $225 on the risk per trade, and that's it. Okay, so just follow it through, and everything should be honky-dory. Same with the other indices as well, Dow Jones, S&P 500 going together. But remember why this was a better trade to take, because the report was, pinpointing it. Said, listen, it didn't have a 515 on S&P 500 or Dow Jones, but it did on this one, and 7:30 was a common hour. So if anything was going to happen, that was the hour to look out for, and that's how it did it. All right. I hope this report's helping you out. And if you have any queries or questions, just shoot it through to me. I think, the more we get used to TSM pricing, and then timing, you'll see that our time and price match really well. And then we can just, get trades at tops and bottoms with really small risk, very, very low risk. And we know how to follow it because, we're not expecting any surprises. We just we know what's going on. Okay, so, and today is Thursday. You can read Thursday as well. So you can see we've got trap-like reversal happening. We've got a trap-like reversal here. So you know what to look out for if the market does something funny or is expected. Because our biggest risk is psychological. And the biggest psychological risk is when you don't know what's going to happen.